Welcome back. We are celebrating an iconic symbol of wildfire prevention. Smokey Bear turns 80 years old today. Joining us now to talk about his 8 decades of service is Patty Carmuir from Maine Forest Service and Tracy Danasich from the Ad Council. Welcome to the show. Thanks so much for being with us, ladies.
Thank you for having us.
All right, Tracy, let's talk with you first. Talk about Smokey Bear's legacy.
Yeah, Smokey, 80 years ago, the Ad Council and our partners at the United States Forest Service and the National Association of State Foresters launched the first poster featuring Smokey Bear and his iconic tagline, "Only you can prevent wildfires." And that's still his message today. 80 years later, he's become such a pillar in the protection of our nation's wildlands and really, truly a part of American culture, right? He's met presidents, he's been to outer space, he's been on postage stamps, all to connect us with taking our own personal responsibility and preventing these accidental wildfires.
Well, Patty, Tracy touched on it just a moment ago. The message is just as important today as it was 80 years ago when we first heard it and when it first went out. What are some ways that people can do? What can they do to do their part to prevent wildfires?
Sure. So 9 out of 10 wildfires are started by humans, so we all have a stake in it. And it's really being mindful about fire and common sense. So a lot of folks are out recreating with campfires, so it's a matter of putting the campfires out when you're done. When you put water on them, you stir them around. If you think it's out, put more water on it a couple more times. It's also about if you have a brush pile to burn, check with your fire station and check the weather, get a burn permit, and keep it small. And again, stay with it and put it out when it's done. And also equipment fires are a big fire start, a reason for fire starts. And it's about maintaining your equipment, such as tractors, lawnmowers, and things such as that. So it's just common sense.
Yeah. Now talk about the celebration for Smokey. 80 years, what's happening?
Well, this year we're celebrating both the historic impact that Smokey's had in our environmental protection in this country, as well as the nostalgic legacy that has been created over 8 decades. And the celebration really celebrates that, right? It's shot in the style of the 50s and the 70s and the 80s, and really highlights the relationship that Smokey's created with generations of Americans. And also, of course, seeing us use and share these fire safety tips, because when we practice fire safety, Smokey Bear is within us all. So we're celebrating that through amazing PSAs this year, and we're asking Americans to join the party on his social channels where they can connect with Smokey and his message, and of course events across the country in communities at forests and parks, libraries, and baseball games and parades. So we're really excited to ask Americans to join the celebration this year.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting. He hasn't aged really at all. And
yeah,
his message, his iconic message, "Only you can prevent fires," so important. And as we've mentioned before, just as important today as it was decades ago. Ladies, thanks so much for being with us. We do appreciate your time. It's such important reminders, especially this time of year.
Thank you.
Happy birthday, Smokey.
Absolutely. Hopefully maybe he can swap out his hat for a party hat, at least for today. All right, well, from Smokey Bear, it's Bear in California, this video shows a moment